Ever wish you could just know what someone is really thinking? What if I told you that you can? Not through magic, not through some kind of superpower, but with actual, proven psychological techniques. Today, we're going to break down the science of reading people just by paying attention to the clues they can't help but give away. So, you ready? Let's dive in. To get things started, I want to try a little experiment with you, right here, right now. No pressure, just play along and see what happens. You game? Okay, step one, I want you to think of a country. Any country in the world, but it has to start with the letter D. Just the first one that pops into your head. Got it? Good. Now take the second letter of that country's name and think of an animal that starts with that letter. Okay, got that animal in your head. Hold it right there. All right, moment of truth. If I had to bet, I'd say you're probably thinking of an elephant in Denmark. Am I right? Now, how did I do that? It's not magic, I promise. It's a classic psych trick. See, for most people, Denmark is the go-to easy answer for a D country. And the first animal most of us think of that starts with E, yep, the elephant. This works because our brains follow predictable patterns, and that's exactly what we're going to explore today. So look, this isn't about turning you into a psychic. It's about learning to spot all the tiny subconscious signals people are constantly sending out. These signals can tell you everything, if they're interested, if they're nervous, or yeah, even if they're being honest. Let's start with the most telling feature on the human body, the eyes. You ever watch professional chess players? A lot of them avoid looking their opponent in the eye. You know why? Because they know the eyes can give away the next move before it's even made. Your eyes are literally a window into your thought process, and they can show whether you're remembering something real or just making it up. Okay, so here's where it gets really specific. When you ask someone a question, watch where their eyes go. If they look up and to their left, they're usually accessing their memory center. That's a pretty strong sign they're telling you the truth. But if their eyes go up and to the right, they're tapping into the creative storytelling part of their brain. Basically, they're constructing an answer. Just remember, left is recall, right is creation. And it's not always just a simple left or right thing. What if their eyes are just darting all over the place, unfocused? Well, that's another huge tell. That frantic movement usually means their brain is on overload, working overtime trying to cook up a believable story, and they're feeling that pressure. Now, eyes are huge, but a person's entire body is like a broadcasting tower for their internal feelings. Their hands, their feet, even the way they tilt their head. It can tell you if they're engaged and open, or if they're totally checked out and looking for the nearest exit. Let's break down some of the biggest tells. First, look at the hands. Open palms, that's an ancient sign of trust. It shows you're not hiding a weapon. But if their arms are folded or they're rubbing their palms together, that's often a sign of nerves. Now the feet, this one's fascinating. The feet point where the mind wants to go. If they're aimed at you, you've got their attention. If they're pointing toward the door, well, their body is already planning its escape. And finally, the head. A slight tilt toward you means they're listening intently. But that rapid, non-stop nodding, that's not agreement. That's impatience. They're trying to hurry you along. So the body gives you the broad strokes, but the face gives you the fine print. We're talking about micro-expressions, these flashes of true emotion that flicker across someone's face before they can even think to hide them. And let's start with the most common one we all see every day, the smile. And here's a crazy number that might make you look at people a little differently. Some studies suggest that up to 90%, that's 90, of the smiles you see every day aren't real. They're just social smiles. We do it to be polite, to calm things down, or to mask how we're really feeling. So how can you spot a genuine one? The secret is all in the eyes. A real genuine smile, what scientists call a Duchenne smile, doesn't just involve your mouth. It involves the muscles around your eyes, creating those little crow's feet wrinkles. It's an involuntary thing that's super hard to fake. A fake smile, on the other hand, that's just the mouth. The eyes look, well, kind of dead. There's no life in them. Oh, and the lips tell a story all their own. If you see someone suck their lips in, they're literally holding something back, a sign of stress or that they're hiding something. Biting the lip, that usually means they're distracted. Their mind is somewhere else completely. And covering the mouth with a hand, that's a classic, almost subconscious reflex to physically stop words from coming out, a huge sign they don't want you to know something. Okay, we've looked at the eyes, the body, the face. Now let's put it all together into one simple but incredibly powerful technique. If you have a real gut feeling that someone isn't getting straight with you, this is the easiest, most effective way to find out what's really going on. I call it the truth test. It's just 3 easy steps. First, you ask a very clear, direct question. Second, and this is the most important part, the second the question leaves your lips, you shut up. Just stop talking, pause, be quiet. That silence creates this incredible pressure, and it makes it really, really hard for someone to invent a good lie on the spot. Finally, you just watch. Not just what they say, but how they say it. So here's how you read the results. If their answer comes out way too fast, almost like it was rehearsed, they probably saw the question coming and had a lie ready to go. On the flip side, if they hesitate or stammer or look away, that's their brain working hard to build that lie from scratch. But a truthful person, they'll usually just answer at a normal pace. They're just recalling information, not inventing it, so there's no weird rush or delay. You know, when you boil it all down, every single one of these tricks comes back to this one core idea. The words people choose are just one part of the conversation. The real story, the unfiltered truth, is in their body language, their eye movements, and the tiny hesitations in their voice. It's about shifting your focus from just hearing to truly observing.
So there you have it, a basic toolkit for reading the subtle signals that people are giving off all the time. But look, the point here isn't to go around catching people in lies. It's about developing a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. So the real question is, how will you use what you've learned to connect better with the people in your life?